Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Avengers: Age of Ultron. Since I saw this movie 3 times, it's a pretty big movie and I have a lot to say about it. Since my review would be quite difficult to memorize, I'm going to just read it to you guys. So here we go. Avengers: Age of Ultron is directed by Joss Whedon, who previously directed the first Avengers movie as well as Cabin in the Woods. The movie stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, and Samuel L. Jackson with James Spader. With the Avengers assembled and working as a cohesive team, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., attempts to create a peacekeeping program to protect the Earth from potential threats. Creating an artificial intelligence named Ultron, voiced by James Spader, the program becomes sentient, turning on its creator and devising a different plan for the world. The performances from the main roster are fine, with Renner's Hawkeye getting the character dimension he deserves, and Chris Evans continuing to improve his portrayal as Captain America. With Spader voicing Ultron, his delivery could have made the antagonist original and menacing, like that of Khan from Star Trek. But instead, Ultron is written to take after his creator, embodying a Tony Stark-like persona with quips and sarcasm included. Ultron is a notable villain in the comics, but with a rushed story arc that both begins and ends in one movie, he's treated as the proverbial villain of the week. Other familiar faces return as well, but their roles are minimal and feel like forced cameos to remind audiences that the films are connected. And the Black Widow subplot, with the cold-blooded assassin being infatuated with a member of the team like she's a schoolgirl, is totally out of character and it's laughable. Age of Ultron is an action movie, but since it can't always be about CGI, explosions, and fight scenes, the writing and plot direction during its downtime needed some work. Instead of the Avengers being Earth's mightiest heroes, rallying together to defend the world from evil, they're more like Earth's mightiest janitors, merely joining forces to clean up Stark's robotic mess. The original plot points of the sequel are very much like that of the original. After the initial introductions are made and the movie is underway, a scuffle occurs amongst 2 of the Avengers, the heroes suffer a defeat, someone gives a lecture motivating the heroes, and then we get to the end consisting of long battles with the Avengers killing numerous minions and eventually saving the day. The first MCU, or Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, also dealt with the realization that heroes exist in our world and how they both influence each other. Ever since then, that has been forgotten. There is a whole lot of fighting. It takes place around the world and across 3 continents, but with those actions comes no ramifications or consequences for any destruction that occurs. For putting the entire world in danger, Tony Stark has little remorse for his huge robotic mishap. To its merit, the film does show the Avengers as friends and actors with chemistry rather than complete strangers trying to become a team. 2 highlights from the film are the introduction of a new character whose few appearances steal the show, like that of Hulk in the first one, and of course the fantastic slow-motion scenes displaying the teamwork of the Avengers. The only thing the movie has more than action scenes or explosions are jokes, most of them cheesy one-liners. Apparently humor was used to make up for the lack of story and character development. The first film worked because not only did it have a huge movie star cast, but it brought together unique characters from individual films. The movie was preceded by characters and events while also setting the stage for future possibilities. The sequel only does the latter. It acknowledges little from 2012 to now. The story does change the structure of the Avengers, but then again, when you change the members, it goes without saying. The film will undoubtedly become a box office success, but by simply increasing the amount of laughs and action while using the same cast and plot, it seems they're compensating for lack of originality, resulting in the movie being just another movie with the Avengers instead of a hugely successful Avengers sequel. And that's why I'm going to give Avengers: Age of Ultron a C+. Here's something I felt the MCU franchise could have done instead to make the whole transition and this whole line of movies smoother. Since Marvel once again teases audiences with the bigger, badder villain during the end credits, they should have skipped the seemingly isolated Avengers story like I felt Iron Man 2 was, prolonged Phase 2, released more solo Marvel movies as they tend to do, and make the Avengers Infinity War story bigger and more important. Make that the culmination.